So what's up boys, it's Ash here, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have our updated 4-2-3-1 tactics and instructions. Nothing crazy, a few different tweaks, you know, just different things to help me out in the current state of the game. Really am just trying to get through this next couple of weeks of content, to be honest guys, because yeah, these promos, well, the Fire and Ice one, it's not great, pretty chalked, really boring, and yeah, we all just want it to pass and get onto Team of the Year. But yeah, we're just going to play a few games. I'm only going to briefly talk through the tactics, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get right into the video. If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. Alright then guys, so for the tactics, defensive style, as always, we have this on balance. It does give you the best control over the defense, in my opinion, of course. I feel like you can press when you want to press, and then if you want to like drop off and then be a bit more passive, you can also do that. So I like balance, but if you want to use some pressure tactics, that is absolutely fine. Now for the width guys, I suggest anywhere from like 35 to 45. The reason being is you want a more narrow and compact defensive width, in my opinion, so you can block out all of those attacks through the middle. Now it's important to maintain some of the natural width, so like you don't want to lower this number too much, because you still need to cover the wider areas in case an opponent goes for an attack down the wing, which, let's be honest, everybody does, so you still need to be able to cover those areas as well. Now for the depth guys, a few different options you can use, of course. Now a lot of people like to go for the 71 depth thing. Have been trying it out, I just don't really like it. It feels too automatic, if that makes sense, and I like to have more control over my defenders. So this automatic press that you get with the 71 depth, not really my biggest thing, I'll be honest. So I prefer something like 60 depth, where you still have the high defensive lines, but you have a bit more control over how you defend. If this is still too high for you guys, you can lower this even more, and that is absolutely fine. Now for the build-up play, we have it unbalanced, of course. Does give you the most controlled and varied forms of build-up. So when you want to play slow, for example, you can, and then if you want to speed up, you can also do that. Just lets you pick and choose when and where you use each type of build-up, which is why I like it so much. The chance creation, guys, this one, an absolute must in my opinion, direct passing, because it's the only one which will allow you to break through those park the bus defenses. Basically, when you use direct passing, your attackers will, you know, they'll make these runs, of course, and then the defender will follow that run, and then when the defender has followed that run and committed to it, the attack will track back so you can cut back to them. So there'll be a bit of space there. It's a really boring tactic, I'll be honest, but it is very effective. For the attacking width, guys, I've actually upped this quite a bit from what I normally use. I've gone up to 52 just because I feel like, you know, I hate to admit it, but you actually do have to go down the wing quite a lot in this game, even after all the updates. So, you know, I still like to play through the middle when I can, but it is important to go down the wing because most of the time it's the only way you're actually going to create anything, which is a shame, to be honest. But yeah, for the players in the box, we have it on 5, you know, get a few players into the box. You don't want to overcommit everybody though. And then the corners and the free kicks, guys, I have them both on 1, but you can do whatever you want with that. Does not really matter. Now for the instructions, striker, stay central, mixed attack, guys. I have them on stay central because I don't really want this player drifting out into the wider areas. This is our only striker, so we do need at least one person in the middle at all times so they can be relied upon, so stay central. And then I also have them on mixed attack as opposed to getting behind, because since it's a one striker formation, I don't want to just pop him on getting behind, because I feel like it makes it a bit too one-dimensional, and when you've only got one striker, this player can get really isolated. So I think it's important that they get involved in the build-up, and it makes them feel closer to the rest of the team, but that is just me. Now for the cam guys, get into the box across. We just want them to commit into the penalty area, essentially. We don't want them to be hesitant. We want them to be as efficient as possible in the penalty box, but for everything else, we don't want to restrict them all that much. Now for the wide cams, again, get into the box across. Same reason as the central cam, really. We don't want these players to hesitate. We want them to go into the box. We want them to help us out there, otherwise they can be a bit static. Some people might want to put these on comeback on defense as well and make them defend as like a left mid and right mid, but I feel like it kind of ruins the flow of the attack sometimes when you win the ball back. So I prefer to have them on basic defensive support. But if you do struggle in defense, I would suggest come back on defense. But if you're like me and you can, you know, hold your own in the defense, basic defensive support is still fine, guys. Now for the left center defensive mid, guys, the more defensive minded player of the two, we have them on stay back, cut passing lanes and cover center. Really self-explanatory. We don't want this player going forward if he is defensive. We want him to intercept those passes so we can regain that possession. And then we also have them on cover center so that they primarily cover those central areas, so they're the most used to us. For the right CDM guys, I use a more box-to-box style player, so somebody that will attack and defend. So we leave them on the default settings and then pop them on cover center. Default settings, you don't want to restrict them to just defending or attacking. You know, you want them to do a bit of everything. So you just let them cook essentially. And then cover center for the same reason as the other CDM, where you want them to primarily cover the central areas. Now for one of your fullbacks, preferably the more attacking one, in my case Kai Havertz, I have them on balanced attack and overlap. Just gives you an extra option which can help stretch your opponent's defense, because you have that player which is overlapping down the wing, and it just, you know, it feels like you have more options, a bit easier to attack in my opinion. If you don't want to do this though, just pop him on stay back, that is also fine. And then for the other more defensive fullback, we have them on stay back and overlap, so you have at least 3 defenders back at a time, but then when you send them on the run forward, they'll make the overlapping runs. So I like to do that. For the 2 centre backs, I leave them alone, and then the keeper, I also leave them alone. But yeah, they are the tactics and the instructions. Let's get into a game. Alright, what are we up against here? Czech, Van Dijk, Maldini, of course, Marlon, Joelinton, Ribery. Weird attack, but a really good defence. So, you know, let's see what we can do against this guy, guys. That's a penalty. Thank you very much. He's probably going to quit, though. Or not. Go bottom right. Ah, why? That's so obvious. Why is that wide? It's green timed, man. I know the angle ain't the best, but it should at least be on target. Thank you, Butcher. 1-0. So stupid how you have to use that to score, but, you know, it is what it is at this point, right? That's a foul. Thank you. Gonna try and use Rodrigo's dead ball plus here. Might be good. Oh, good save. Who needs the upgraded Rodrigo when this guy can still do it, right? Well, this guy's just fouled me like 3 times there. Go on, Maldini. Down the wing, lad. Lovely dinked pass. One more. Turn, turn, turn. Bang! Bang! Thank you. 3-0. This guy's not out of here yet. $4-0. Bye-bye. Nope. Okay. 5-0. Bye-bye. Nope. Okay. Alright, 5-0 lads, but this guy doesn't look like quitting, so we'll carry on. At least it gets a few good highlights, right? Oh, never mind. He did quit. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. It's quite late. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please be sure to drop this a thumbs up. So it does really help me out. Also, sub to the channel if you are new, so you never miss out on any videos, of course. And then don't forget to turn on those notifications as well. And with all that aside, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will catch you all in the next video.